All right, Gene. Are you ready to be counted in?
I'm ready, Gene.
Ready
Jackass.
in 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Where my mom's at? Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at? Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at?
Where My Mom's At podcast with Christina P.
Meow, meow, meow. I am going to St. E's in Nashville from March 11th through the 13th. I added a 4 p.m. show on Saturday. Because I don't want, they're like, hey, you're selling tickets. Do you want to add a late show Saturday? And I said, no, bitch. I want to add like an afternoon show.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I'm telling you, homies, why not make every fucking night an afternoon show? I don't understand what this is. Like a 10 o'clock on a Friday. Get your life. Everybody's too tired, man. What I'm saying is skip work and come to my show Friday at 4 o'clock. Just kidding. No, there's Saturday. It's Saturday, not Friday. And then Des Moines, Iowa. I haven't been there in so long. April 9th through 11th. And then San Antonio, Tejas. That's July 15th through July 17th. I have to like do the math in my head. Like, what's the 7? Is that July? Why do I feel like the older I get, the less I know? I know so little. I used to think I knew a lot, and then I had children, and then this year happened, and I'm like, oh, I know so little about the nature of reality. We are in the Matrix. So anyways, I'm in a weird mood today. I have to be honest. I didn't sleep well last night because I took pot. I shouldn't have done that. I haven't taken pot in a long time. And then what did I watched something weird with the husband, some murder shit. And then these came into my life. Get ready for this. So I came across this on TikTok. It's so disgusting, and I had to share. And some of you who listen to this show are probably guilty about using these, and you're going to email me and you're going to tell me how great they are and how disgusting I am and patriarchy and blah, blah, blah. But I don't care because I'm 44 years old. I've been menstruating most of my life. And until 2 days ago on TikTok, I learned that there were things called cloth pads. Now, I've tried the period panties that you free flow into. I think the company is called Think. Yeah. And it feels counterintuitive. I didn't really enjoy the feeling of just like, what? There's nothing here to catch this.
What other stuff? Can you do everything in those free flow panties?
What do you mean? Like number 2s or number 1s?
Yeah. 1s, 2s, 3s.
So Google, I'll give them a shout out. Think is the name of the company, I believe. Think panties. And they're good for your lighter days. Thinks. THINX. They're great. They're a great company. They're pro woman. I love them. And they have them for pee stuff too, if you're leaking. And look, they have so many positive reviews. People really dig them. I was kind of like, I don't know. I can't. Call me crazy, but I don't like to deal with my own menstrual blood. Like, I know there's some women that love to make art with it or paint their faces with it or crochet. I don't know. I'm just old school that way, where I'm like, if it's coming out of me, it means that I don't need to deal with it. Like, I don't need to touch it. I know that there are women who eat their placenta after they have children.
Cool.
Exactly. I guess that's okay. It's not my cup of menstrual blood, but you do whatever you want to do. Also, too, I spoke to a doctor, and apparently there's no medical value to eating your own placenta. So, I think it's whatever. And also, like, don't you think if there were value to eating placenta, like, Erewhon would have made a chip out of placenta chips or something. Like, they do it out of everything, like kale, which is disgusting too. Okay, so I waited just for you to open these. Dr. Hockman, no stranger to this show, my pediatrician, we were joking about these. She so kindly had Amazon sent me these immediately. They are called Teamoy. Teamoy. Teamoy is the brand. I'm like marveling at the packaging because this woman's super stoked because she's got her cloth maxi pad on and she's on her exercise bike, which is cool because you're like, I wanna bleed into a cloth and then mush it right in there. I want to free bleed and I want to ride a bike. Okay, well let's investigate. I waited for you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean,
there's so many questions.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, first question is, you know, on Dr. Drew After Dark, you got the pens and then you pushed the piss out into it on the show.
I did.
Are we gonna be expecting something similar with these panties, or
no? I would rather. I would rather shit into an adult diaper once than do this. I would rather give myself diarrhea and then shit into a diaper than do this. Like, this to me is it's so far out there, man.
Hold on, what's the logic behind that?
I don't know. It's just there's so many things I would rather do than wear a cloth maxi pad.
But isn't it grosser to get number 2 into your bits?
I don't care about caca. I don't know why. I don't want it. I just don't want any of it, Nadab. Don't give me a hard time. Here we go. Ready?
You got it, Chief.
Okay, ready? Oh, God. I know there's so many people out here like, oh, my God. Okay, ready?
Surprisingly thin.
Surprisingly thin. So, okay, so here it goes. And then you wrap this. So this goes face up.
And that's for multiple uses.
This is so hold on. Yeah, you put this in your panty and then there's some snaps in the back and I snap it around my underpants. And then this is how it goes, like, around your chonies. And then there's a piece, it feels like felt, kind of. It's like, remember in Sunday school when they have a felt board and then, like, there was, like, cut out Jesus and cut out shepherds and they stick them.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, you Jays don't have that.
Yeah, Jays don't have that.
This is identical. It just feels like a thin piece of felt. And then you're supposed to bleed onto the felt. Now, I will say that this particular material doesn't feel absorbent to me. Like, blood, in my estimation, would just sit on the surface and just kind of hang out so that you can really mush it against your vagina. Ooh, really mush that. Wow, oh, there's so many. And here's the neat thing too, is that
what the fuck are these?
These are the nighttime pads because you bleed.
Oh, they're so much bigger.
You're so much bigger. So your nighttime pad, you want more coverage because you're moving around and stuff and you can have leaks. So the thinking is to give them big. Now, I don't like the hippie butterfly. Like, that's another thing too, is that this is clearly a Whole Food shopper. The aesthetic says, I'm a hippie. I wear Tom's deodorant. I don't brush my teeth with commercial brands. I use the charcoal brush and I use no fluoride toothpaste, right? Like those assholes. And I love patchouli because it covers up the need to shower. So here we go. Annie, have you ever dated a girl, like a hippie girl who wore patchouli and was stinky? Like, did you tolerate that ever?
No, I haven't. But if I did, I mean, that'd be a one-day thing. It'd be like, listen, girl, we got to work something out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it can't be like that. It just can't. I can't deal with it.
You can't. And if you were dating a woman, I mean, would this bother you if you found, I mean, I guess you don't know the menstrual habits of your girlfriend or whatever, but.
I mean, I know enough to say I ain't dealing with those. Nah, don't take those out. Like, if I take off the pants and then I see those motherfuckers, that's it. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap, homie.
That's a wrap.
So here's the neat part. But let's say I'm at your house, we're dating, and I'm like, Annie, I have my period. May I wash my menstrual pads in your washing machine? Like what?
No.
No, I know.
No, you cannot. That'd be like a baby coming over and saying, "Can I wash my diapers in here?"
I know.
No, you can't.
See, this is the same logic as the disposable diaper. People who were advocates of that were like, Christina, you throw the turd in the toilet and then you wash them in your washing machine. It's easy. Like, if I did this, I would need a dedicated washing machine, like just for my menstrual pads. Because like think about it, everyone else's clothing and everything is getting washed in your uterine lining. It's a lot for me, you guys. It's a fucking ton. I mean, look how ugly patterns.
Well, it's also like, why are there patterns on this? Like, who are you showing these to?
Right. Well, they're trying to jazz it up for the hippie gal who's into this kind, like the granola chick with the white girl with the dreads and the door knocker piercing. You know, this is for her. This is so revolting.
I feel
to
like
me.
the granola chicks, though, they don't even use these. I think they just go into their underwear, don't they?
No, this is what they do. Okay, so this is a small one. This is the panty liner, and this is your big flow, and then this is your. Okay, I'm done. I'm gonna throw up.
This is great.
It's so disgusting. Now, some women, look how big this is. Look at this. It's a full-headed.
Ooh, now it looks like some J shit.
I know. Is this a yarn? It doubles as a yarn.
Yeah, we call that a kippa.
A kippa. It's my kippa period panty.
Yeah, you can now go to a Jewish synagogue and sit with all the women of the
sit with all the ladies.
Congregation.
Yeah, they're menstruation lations. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. You know, and I know that there's cups too. You put up in your vag canal and then you menstruate into the cup. A lot of women love that. A lot of younger girls are into that one. I personally, I don't think, like after having a baby, I can barely get a tampon to stay put. I don't know how that's gonna stay. Again, I'm not a fan of, touching my menstrual blood or dealing with it. I think I deserve a disposable pad. I'm worth it. I can afford it and I can do it. It's not an investment. I'm good enough. Okay. And anybody listening that's doing this shit to yourselves, you're good enough. You deserve to throw away a pad after you use it. You don't need to rewash a soiled pad. Okay. So much to catch up on. You guys, this might be the dumbest thought I've ever had in my head. Something tells me it's not, because you guys are already laughing at me.
Can't wait for this.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm so stupid that, when I work out, I'm very private about fitness. I'm not the type who, I don't brag on, the socials, like I'm doing my fitness today. And like, look at me, I'm wearing a belly top. I'm very private because I don't look great when I'm sweaty. I'm kind of whatever, dumpy. I don't wear athletic gear in public. I just am like, it's not for me. I don't believe I look great in it. It's not for me. I had the epiphany today that there are women in my neighborhood who wear Lululemon pants in public who aren't coming from working out or going to work out. Did you know that girls just fucking wear, now hold on.
Yeah.
No, but I didn't realize that they will wear Lululemon tight ass yoga pants.
Hell yeah.
And then a shirt and then tuck it in and that's your pant. That's absurd. Because to me, like, I'm trying to hide the thigh, the ass. I guess when you're in your 20s, you're like, this will perfectly showcase what I've got.
Is it the ones with the windows?
Yeah, like, what do you mean? Google Lululemon. They're like yoga leggings and they look great. I mean, look, the girls who wear them in my neighborhood look amazing. Yeah, they're so pretty.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm like, I didn't realize they were just wearing this for fashion. I didn't know. I'm so dumb this whole time. I'm like, wow, I'm so happy that people are exercising in my neighborhood. Everybody's so fit. Now, that's not what I look like. The women's high waist yoga, light in the box. Damn, that ain't me. But yeah, I didn't realize it until now. I'm so stupid. I'm like, that girl's not going to exercise. She's just walking into Whole Foods like that. Also, so some responses I got last week. There was a woman. Do we have that talk on deck to play by any chance of the girl who wants to name her baby a men's name? Do you understand?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Just play just to recap to these folks.
Yes, I did name my daughter Richard. I just always really loved the name Richard, and I wanted a boy, but I had a girl, and I decided to name her Richard anyways, and she loves it, so I don't really know why people have a problem with it, but you can take that up with her.
Actually, you can't because she's like 5 months old.
Yeah, and I also like how she's
Can't.
directing negative, toxic energy towards her baby. You could take it up with my baby. She could defend the name.
Yeah, she's so trailer trash. Her demeanor is like, you won't fight with me, you fight with my baby first. Like, what? Also, I have no respect for girls with like that much of vocal fry. Like, you want to take it out with me?
Take me outside. How about that?
Take it with my daughter, Richard. And like, I wanted a boy. I didn't get a boy. Like, ugh. That's. See, I think the problem with that is the whole thing of like, I wanted a boy, I didn't get a boy, therefore I'm still going to name my child a boy's name, even though she is clearly not a boy. It's so disrespectful. Like, yeah, but I wanted her to have blonde hair. She doesn't have blonde hair, so I'm going to dye it black. Is essentially what you're doing. It's, put it this way, my grandmother, who's dead now, thank God, she was such a piece of incredible work. So she had 2 sons, my father and then my uncle, who was born later. And she wanted a girl so bad that she dressed my uncle up as a girl for the first 3 years of his life. And there are photos of him with beautiful ringlets, like Shirley Temple ringlets in his hair. Just because she felt like it. Like, you can't do that, asshole. That's not how it goes. Like, you cannot just decide, like, I want you to be a dinosaur. I'm going to dress this child up as a dinosaur. And I'm sure that had long-term repercussions on my uncle's mental health. I don't know what those are. I've never spoken to him about like, hey, did that really mess? Do you still wear a dress and curls secretly? How great would it be if like that's his secret and every night he's like, I just got to put my rollers in. I got to get them.
He's like, I'm just free flowing into my panties right now.
Yeah, he's like, I just want to be a woman for some reason. I can't imagine why. I'm this beautiful butterfly. These are butterflies here, guys. Ugh. So it's disrespectful to name your child something of the opposite gender, even though we all know gender isn't real in this era. But if it were real, guys, I'm going to say, don't fucking name your daughter Richard. Did you know with 1 stick of liquid IV and 16 ounces of water, you get 2 to 3 times the amount of hydration as plain water? That is amazing. You know, when my husband had his accident, he was drinking liquid IV and he said it felt so good. And I love it too. It's great to have around the house. I just put it in my bottle of water and I go when I drive around, and you feel so good. And they have great flavors: watermelon, lemon, lime, and passion fruit. And they recently launched strawberry. Imagine a freshly picked taste of ripe, juicy strawberries topped with decadent notes of whipped cream. It is so good. Contains 5 essential vitamins, more vitamin C than an orange, and as much potassium as a banana. It's healthier than sugary sport drinks. No artificial flavors. Grab your strawberry liquid IV or their other great flavors in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 25% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use WMMA at checkout. That's 25% off anything you order when you use promo code WMMA at liquidiv.com. Get better hydration today at liquidiv.com, promo code WMMA. Magic Spoon cereal. It has 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. Only 140 calories a serving. It's keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, low-carb, and GMO-free. And they have exciting news. Magic Spoon will be releasing 2 amazing new flavors this month for a limited time only. We're talking about cookies and cream and maple waffle. And if that isn't the most comforting, indulgent combination, then I don't know what is. This is the ultimate treat yourself combo. So make sure you get some while you can for a limited time, or build your own box. Available flavors to build your very own custom bundle are cocoa, fruity, frosted, peanut butter, and cinnamon. If you're listening from Canada, Magic Spoon now ships there as well. Go to magicspoon.com/WMMA to grab the new limited edition cookies and cream maple waffle, or a custom bundle of cereal to try it today. And be sure to use our promo code WMMA at checkout to save $5 off your order. This offer is now good anywhere in the US or Canada, but only when you use our code at checkout. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember, get your next delicious bowl of guilt-free cereal at magicspoon.com/WMMA and use the code WMMA to save $5 off. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for sponsoring this episode. I believe in Germany, there's a list of names that it is illegal to name your child. Did you know that? Yes, go ahead and Google illegal names in Germany. Adolf is definitely weird.
I like how that's last on the list.
I know, right? Okay, now this is interesting. So obviously, here's some obviously illegal names in Germany. Adolf Hitler, that should be number one. I agree. That's like oddly number 7 on their list here today. Osama bin Laden, smart.
The full name.
The full name. Yeah, you could go with Osama Hussein bin Laden. Now, Stompy, I'm not sure why. Cole, I guess they don't like the store. Mm-hmm. Maddie, I'm not sure why these are illegal.
Yeah, that's just a fun name, I think.
Google on the link and let's read baby names. 116 illegal baby names. So that's interesting and I think we should have this policy here in the United States. In fact, I think we should regulate who can and can't have children entirely, but that's just me. Okay, it's not gonna let you, oh, look at that, Bubby. Okay, some kid with a weird face. Let's go down. Cute kid with a weird face. Let's go down. I mean, is this an article? This is just like cute kids.
This is one of those really lame slideshow sites.
Yeah, according to Mom Junction, these names are banned in the UK. Martian, Monkey, Chow Tao or Chow Tao, which means smelly head. Rogue, Akuma. In Japanese, it means devil.
These are all rad names.
I know. I kind of like Akuma. Like, you fucking Akuma, because most people won't know. Over in France, parents are banned from naming their children Nutella, obviously, even though it's delicious. MJ.
Okay.
What's MJ?
Michael Jackson.
No, Michael Jackson or Michael Jordan. Why not MJ? Okay. Manhattan. Well, there are children named Brooklyn here. I think, right. Yeah, there's Brooklyn.
I've met some Brooklyns.
Joyeux, which means happy. Joyeux. I don't know how to say French. You speak French?
Mm-mm.
Damon's illegal?
Or is that demon?
Demon. Oh, they like a daemon. A demon. Yeah, demon. Prince William. Like the whole name. Prince William. First name Prince.
I don't know what I was expecting from this list, but it wasn't this.
No, it's hilarious. Minnie Cooper, number 7. I mean, I'm sure there are people who have named their children.
Yeah, they just saw like the Italian Job. And
okay.
They're like, I got to name my kid after that car in that movie.
Oh, here we go. Also in Germany, you are only allowed to give your child a gender neutral name if you make it double barrel and the second moniker is gender specific.
What?
What
the fuck's a double barrel?
Okay, if you make it double barrel and the second moniker is gender specific. So meaning if you give it like the first name is gender neutral, like Pat, the second name... I'm not sure I understand gender if you make it double barrel. And the second moniker is gender specific. So like Chris, what's the second one? Brittany. I don't know. So that it
so indicates, so at least the middle name's gendered?
Right. So it indicates that, okay, anyway, here we go. Illegal baby names in Australia.
Oh my God.
Number 1, IKEA. Ranga, LOL, Batman, Snort, Hitler. That one makes sense.
Oh, good. Well, thank God you could still name your kid Adolf.
Well, yeah. That's a very popular name in Australia. Spinach, Christ, okay, Dame, God, Satan, brother, sir, prime minister in general. Satan seems to be a recurring theme in these in these lists. It's like Damon, Satan, the other word for the devil in Japanese that I liked. So, very cool.
I feel like this is the second list we've seen IKEA on also.
Oh, IKEA. So, it actually, IKEA sounds like a cool name. I'd be like, oh, IKEA.
Right. You'd be like,
that.
oh, where's that from? Like,
yeah.
you'd say that to yourself before you'd be like, named after the store, bro.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that. I'd be like, oh, IKEA.
It's like, ooh, how exotic.
IKEA. Yeah, it's not bad. Satan, definitely. Why would you name your child Satan? Illegal baby names in Switzerland. Here we go. Number 1, Mercedes. Makes sense. I knew Mercedes growing up. Schmid, Paris, Chanel, Judas, and Lucifer. Again, Satan on the list.
A lot of religious themed.
Yes. Yeah. Duncan. Okay, here's from Iceland. Number 1, Duncan. Here's a fun fact about the Icelandic alphabet. It doesn't include the letters C, Q, W, or Z, which makes any name with those characters banned. What? Wow.
Interesting.
Duncan, Zoe, Enrique, Ludwig, Camilla, and Harriet. Okay. It's interesting. There must be cultural reasons that we're not aware of. I'm not familiar with Icelandic culture. Okay, let's keep going. Portugal. Number 1, William. William?
This is just a list of white people names.
Yeah. Catherine, George, Charlotte, Tom. My husband's name is number 5. Emily, Bruce, Nirvana, Rihanna, of course. Hilarious. Okay, well, that's interesting. I'm done.
Viking.
Yeah, Viking. Stupid. Okay. Now, this email came in. This one's pretty funny. Hi, Christina. I was listening to the last episode with the baby girl named Richard, and I have to say I thought it was kind of cool. I'm a girl, and my name is Gavin. And I have never met or heard of another girl named Gavin. At times when I was young, I didn't like it so much, but I've grown to love it. Figured it was one you've never heard before. Love the show and everyone at YMH. Thanks, Gavin, the girl. That's bananas. I've never even heard. Like I said on that episode, I have a friend named Michael I grew up with who's a girl, but that's it, man. Wild. Okay. So there you go on the name game. I had this question come in today I thought was really interesting. Hey, mommy, European viewer here, writing from the Baltics. Oh, shout out, homie. I was wondering whether an Eastern Blocker maniac like you wears shoes in the house, or have your parents actually taught you rational thinking and you don't do that? Why do Americans wear shoes in the house, not slippers? Best beatings, Charles. Best beatings. Okay, you fucking foreigner. Well, Charles, let me tell you, no, of fucking course not. I don't wear shoes inside my house. I'm not an animal. I also don't take shits on my own floor, because that is essentially what you're doing when you come in off the street and you wear shoes on your carpets, on your hard floors. It is disgusting. And in fact, what we have at our front door, if you come over, I make you take your fucking shoes off, and then I bought on Amazon disposable slippers, like these cheapy ones, and I go, here you go, here's some slippers. But I don't know. Do you pigs wear your shoes inside? I'm guessing Nadav does.
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, I think I just learned this year why it's gross to wear your shoes inside. and I learned it from Annie, I think.
Is that right, Annie? So did you know growing up did your mother teach you that?
Yeah, wait, what did I say that made you learn that?
I think you said, like, I was just touching the bottom of my shoe or something. And you're like, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever fucking seen. I'm like, why? And then the way you explain it, I was just like, oh, I shouldn't be wearing these inside, huh?
No. Gnarly. It's gnarly. And I mean, listen, I'm going to give a shout out here to the Asians, because they have it down. I'm telling you, I think the most superior culture is Japanese. The Japanese they got a lot of shit right. First of all, they don't wear their fucking shoes inside too. They're smart. They're polite. They have separate cars for women on the subway. I like that. They line up politely for everything. But I think it's disgusting. And I've always hated in New York City when I see people in the dead of summer wearing flip-flops around New York City or Los Angeles and then getting on planes. It's not that I have a thing against feet. I don't care about feet. It's just that you're so close. You're bringing nasty stuff on the streets, and then you're going home to your house, and it's just readily there.
Are you saying that flip-flops don't belong outside of the house?
No, it depends. Not like the kind with the flip, and like the kind anywheres. Those are safer. There's like a buffer.
What makes them safer?
Because they're higher and they're chunkier, and your foot goes in a little bit.
Oh, okay. So it's the thin soles that are
the
gross.
shitty kind that you just put your there's like a string in between your big toe and the second toe, and they're thin as fuck.
You're talking about like the beach flip-flops with the little thongs?
That's what I'm talking about. I think that's so gross. And also what I find disgusting, have you seen these Gucci shoes that women are wearing? They're like Gucci house slippers with fur. And people are wearing this shit out in the street like their shoes with their nasty fucking, look at that. I guess it's called, I don't even know, Gucci beige GG Princetown slippers. And look, they're like, they're $1 million because they're cute, right? But I'm like, so you have to put your nasty foot in there, and then it's made out of dog fur or whatever. And then fools are walking around like this out in the streets. It's nasty. It's not a shoe. It's not meant to be.
The Redland skate park, pussy.
Yeah. That's not a shoe. Like, Annie, you're stylish. Tell me, is this meant to be worn in the streets, or is this just like a house slipper?
It's tough because, no, like, as a shoe, no, you shouldn't. But the people wearing this, it's a statement. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
what's the statement?
Well, it's like that I can. If these get fucked up, I'll just buy another one. You know what I mean? This is bougie as shit. If you wear these, you bougie as fuck. You know you shouldn't be wearing them, but it's fine. It's whatever. It's like, I don't care. I wear what I want outside. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's disrespect to the outside is what it is. I don't like that. It's disgusting. I think these shoes are, maybe because I have sweaty feet and I'm imagining my sweaty feet in those furry Gucci's and then getting them all sweaty and grody. I don't like it.
Well, yeah, I think anything that you wear inside that's absorbent, I think you have one bad sweat day and all of a sudden those slippers are now gross to me.
They're funky and like you can't throw a Gucci slip in the washing machine, I'm guessing, with your menstrual pads all together. Or maybe you can. That's the perfect. You put your Gucci slips with your menstrual pads and then they wash. Nasty as hell. Nasty as hell. Oh, we have follow-ups on the emails. Let's hear it. Oh, wait. What are these topics? Because I also want to segue. Is there anything related to what I'm talking about? The names or anything on the follow-ups?
No.
Or is this the new words?
I'll let you pick. We could either do a follow-up on chest milk.
Yeah.
Chris's rat problem, which is maybe we should save for next week.
Rats.
And trash bags.
Can I tell you my goal with Chris and the rat problem?
Tell me.
Okay. Now that we've introduced this on Your Mom's House, I'm actively working on a shame campaign to get Chris to get that fucking rat.
I'm interested in using shame as a tool.
Yeah.
Go on.
Shame. If there's anything we've learned inside of Studio Jeans, it's that shame is such a powerful motivator and a tool to get people to do what's fucking right for them. Right? Like Tom and Bert lost 50 pounds each from shame, the fat shaming contest.
I whitened my teeth.
You whitened your teeth.
Purely shame-based.
Purely shame-based. I've been shamed into meeting with the King Above 18 guy, the Queens Above 18 guy. I mean, it's a valuable tool when used in moderation. Okay, so that's that. But let's get into, so this is a follow-up from the article I read about how in the UK they're changing, this is apropos the whole thing of like changing language to accommodate an extremely narrow margin of society. Which is fucking crazy. So they're changing breast milk to be human milk and breastfeeding to chest feeding so that we can be considerate of the extremely minor population of people, which it makes no sense because, hold on, let me see this, because there was an interesting argument. I asked you guys to write in and let me know your thoughts about this. And I really appreciate it because I try to stay open-minded about these things. I'm not just so I'm trying not to be so cut and dry. A lot of people were upset about the idea of taking it away from women, which I found really interesting because my initial reaction wasn't like, oh, but you're taking that away from women. That's a female function. It was more like you're taking away from reason and logic, and you're forcing people to speak differently, like I said, to accommodate essentially a really small demographic. So like to change the whole lexicon It just doesn't seem practical. And not only that, I mean, biologically, men and women both have breasts. For instance, you have breasts and you have men have breasts. So to call it breastfeeding is still within logical reasoning. It's still within logical rights. So that was kind of like, it's not chest feeding. Men have breasts. They're just not full of milk. But whatever, what the fuck do I know, right? Okay, human milk, here we go. I think it is absolutely ridiculous to change breast milk to human or chest milk. Breastfeeding and giving birth is, to me, a superpower that women have, and we should not have to give these words up to be inclusive. We as females can do things that men will never be able to do, and that is amazing. Thanks, Jeans. So there you go. There's that seems to be a lot of sentiments from you guys. Why should we give up what's rightly ours? So there's that debate, but then there's also this whole idea that gender is morphing into one. And okay, here's another one. It's interesting to me how we have come up with the new words to neutralize women's anatomy and behavior, but the same has not been done for men. For example, no one is calling semen human sperm juice, or testicles could have been ovaries. Women suddenly have to sacrifice their tits and vaginas for chest fat and front holes, but men don't have any cool new words of their own. To be clear, I'm not advocating for gender neutral language because I think it's all pretty talked. Maybe if men can hold steadfast onto their dicks and balls, women can eventually get their tits, milk, vaginas, and everything else back. Just my thoughts, a queen above 18. Rachel, yep, I agree. Or how about not changing what exists? For instance, not transforming the word breastfeeding to chest feeding, but coming up with a word specifically for the demographic that would adhere to, therefore not taking away, I guess, what already exists, but creating a term specifically for that demo. Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
No, yeah.
Like, don't neutralize us, however, create a new term.
Yeah, it's like, it feels like what people are doing is finding the exception to the rule and trying to make that now the rule.
Yes.
Which is just, yeah, I agree. Like, if males start breastfeeding, call that chest milking,
Yeah.
But you don't need to just call everything chest milking.
Exactly, because it isn't, it's silly. It intuitively feels ridiculous. And if it, okay, are there any voicemails to that effect on this topic?
Hi, Mommy P. It's Mallory from Indiana. I'm literally watching your podcast right now, and I have an opinion on this breast milk versus chest milk controversy craziness. Breast milk is already a gender-neutral word. Men have breasts, too. Even men can get breast cancer. So why are we changing words that are already inclusive words? That's my thought on it. Thank you. Bye.
Mallory, I think you said it all. I think she makes she makes the sense, right? Like, we all have breasts. It's anatomically correct to call it that. So, wow. And it's so interesting that we're really taking into consideration people's feelings right now. That is the reason, because God forbid one person should come in and feel uncomfortable, and therefore we should change everything. I mean, it's an interesting thought. It's an interesting, well-meaning sentiment. However, it's fucking illogical. I'm thinking that I'm not on board. It's fucking dumb. There used to be this idea that you did what was useful to society, the utility. What is useful to the most amount of people was how we ethically ruled things. Not, we can make everybody's life, which it's impossible to accommodate everybody. It's impossible. Okay. Do we have another voicemail to this effect, or should I move on?
That's all the chest milk. We have one more follow-up on trash bags.
No. What were we saying?
What's up, mommies? This is Ben from North Carolina. I have an expansion on a Pajitsky effect from episode 85. A mommy called in and said she started using full-size trash bags for her trash cans at home. I've got one better. Here's what you do. A standard kitchen trash can is 13 gallons, right? Right?
Right.
So what you do is you buy 30 gallon trash bags and put them in your 13-gallon trash can. And that way, when the can is full, you can pull the lip or the rim, the edge of the bag up over all the trash that's at the top of the trash can. You don't spill anything, and they tie up real nice. Bam! Piss on me, beat me. I'm coming up in May.
Boom! I think that's a brilliant idea because God knows, I don't know about you guys, but I make sure to mash down as much trash as possible so I can avoid taking out the trash.
Yeah.
So, right? Like, don't you fill it to the brim?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like a metric ton by the time it's time to take it out and you can't fit anymore.
And then you try to pull it out and you're like, ugh, like it won't come out.
Oh, yeah. Have you
so
ever torn the lip of the bag? And it's just like, cool. I have to figure out now how to like get this to the trash downstairs. Fucking
A, you think they would have figured out like a way to do that. Like they should make the top stronger so that you don't do that.
I think some bags do that.
You do that. I gotta take a squirt. Hold on.
Okay.
Hello Fresh. I love Hello Fresh. I get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and wonderful seasonal recipes delivered right to my door. Hello Fresh lets you skip those annoying trips to the grocery store and makes home cooking fun, easy, and affordable. It is America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh cuts out the stressful meal planning and grocery store trips so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in about 30 minutes or less. I just love that. HelloFresh offers 10 to 20-minute meals, low prep recipes, and quick breakfasts and lunches, perfect for your busy schedule. I like HelloFresh because it allows me to cook with my kiddos. I teach them about cooking and food and fresh ingredients. It's just so much fun for the whole family. Go to HelloFresh.com/WMMA12 and use code WMMA12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping. Go to HelloFresh.com/WMMA12 and use code WMMA12 for 12 free meals, including free shipping. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. This episode of Where My Mom's At is brought to you by Lemonade Health. The new year is a great time to check in on your general health and well-being, especially in the middle of this pandemic. Lemonade is providing Where My Mom's At listeners with their first month of anxiety or depression treatment for a discounted price of $5. Normally, it is $95. The service is cancelable at any time. Lemonade's expert medical team will help you work out how long you should continue treatment based on your unique situation. Lemonade's service allows you to have as many check-ins as you need through messaging or via phone call or video chat, whatever is most convenient for you. Lemonade Pharmacy will then deliver FDA-approved meds directly to your door in only 2 to 3 business days. Treatment is confidential, not tied to insurance or your local pharmacy. Take the first step towards feeling better. Visit lemonadehealth.com/WMMA to get your first month of anxiety or depression treatment for only $5. Okay, I went to pish. I came back. It's so much better. I think so much better. Okay. Do we have any more voicemails, Gene?
That's the end of voicemails.
Great. Oh, let's do some mom confessions. I fucking love these, you guys. If you have anything you want to get off your chest about being a parent, let me know. I had a dark feeling today. As adorable as my kids are, it's like, it's so interesting because I always think about like, what is the nature of being a parent? If I had to distill it down into the essence, like what is the essence of this whole thing that we're doing here? And it really is like, you're trying to be the best, at least I am. I'm trying to be the best version of myself as much as possible, but it's so hard because they're so annoying, like so much of the time. Like, and they're so rad. Like at the same time, they're just so rad and they're so curious and they're so this and that and they're amazing. And then you're so annoyed most of the time. And it's really, it's an exercise in becoming patient and becoming patient and sympathetic and like trying to remember that they're just learning stuff. And like, you have to teach them everything. Like what's the word for this? You know, what does it mean to, what is the word excrete or I don't know what the fuck. I mean, I explain everything to Ellis. He's old enough to understand stuff, but yeah, it's just trying to be a decent version of yourself all day long. And it's fucking weird. I thought I was okay. I thought I was a decent person. And I'm like, no, I was kind of a dick. I'm trying to be better every day. So yeah, let's play some mom confessions. I like to hear these. I like to know I'm not
Hey,
alone.
mommies. I am calling in with my mom confession. My mom confession is that I really do not like one of my kids very much. I have 3 daughters, ages 13, 12, and 9, and I sometimes don't really like my middle daughter. I love her, but I don't always like her. She has been high maintenance ever since she was a baby. She was a high maintenance toddler. Now she's a high maintenance 12-year-old. I cannot even think what teen years are going to be like with her. And hopefully this middle child syndrome stops as she gets older, and maybe I will like my child as an adult. We'll see. Keep it high and tight. Thanks.
Jesus Christ.
Let's talk about go ahead and tell me.
What a juicy confession.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about, guys. This is the kind of dark shit I think other people need to hear. I think people need to hear it. So what do you guys think? Tell me your reactions. What's your gut reaction when you hear that?
I don't know. I feel like every parent has that thought, but not every parent has the courage to take that out of thought territory and into spoken word territory.
Interesting.
You know?
Annie, what do you think?
I think she knows already, but now if she ever finds this, that's instant confirmation. That middle girl knows.
That middle girl knows. Well, I think at least for what I've experienced, there are times I don't like the phase that my kids are in, where I'm like, oh, I just hate this time, this age, or this phase, because kids are constantly going through phases, and you're like, gosh, this phase is not for me, and I will have to remind myself, like, they're just learning and they're growing. I don't like it, but I don't know if I've ever. But then again, she's had 12 years with that kid, so
yeah, I think her opinion is formed.
Yeah, I don't know. And also, girls are different than boys, although you're not supposed to say that nowadays. Girls, from what I understand, raising them is different. The relationship to mom is different than what it is between boys and mothers. I'm really lucky because my boys love me. Tom is chopped liver around our house. It is great. Like, they just totally ignore him. Like this morning, Ellis he watches cartoons with us, and he just walked right past Dad. And he's like, good morning, Mom. And I'm like, aren't you going to say hi to Dad? Like, I pretend like I want to. I would love to. And he's like, oh, hey, Dad, chopped liver. Hi, Mom. Love you. So I don't know. I mean, maybe girls are bitchier. I've heard that before, that girls are like, little girls are meaner. I don't fucking know. I just listen. Okay, let's do another one. I love them.
Hey, mommies. I have a mom confession. So my kids love PB&J sandwiches, and they go to this daycare where even though there are no kids there who actually have peanut allergies,
it's worse.
They insist that it's a peanut-free facility. I guess in case someday there's a kid with allergies, they won't have to change the rules. So it's so stupid.
So
and they
dumb.
suggested that we send our kids with this fake peanut butter made out of like chickpeas or some shit.
Oh my God.
And the daycare ladies were like, oh yeah, your kids won't even notice. You can totally not tell the difference, blah, blah, blah. Well, I bought it. It's disgusting.
Of course.
My kids do notice the difference.
Of course.
But to the teacher's credit, it totally does look like peanut butter. So my confession is I just send my kids to daycare with the real peanut butter and tell the teachers it's the fake shit. I mean, if there's ever any kids there in the future that do have peanut allergies, I'll stop. But until then, it's working for us. Love the podcast. Keep them high and tight. Bye.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Good for you. A way to take back sanity. Because what this woman is referring to is they just have a blanket policy that every single room is nut-free, even though there are no children who suffer from peanut allergies. They must.
Fuck that.
It is counterintuitive, and all kids, my kids love PB&J, and there are so many days I've had to stop myself when I'm packing their lunch from giving them peanut butter and jelly because they'll freak out. It's like, dude, what the fuck, man? What the fuck? Good for you. I fully endorse this. Good for you. Fuck them. It's stupid. It's nonsense.
Yeah, and I like that she caveated it with, if there is ever a time where someone does have peanut allergies, she'll stop.
Revise.
Yeah.
And I guarantee 100% if there is a kid in a class that has a peanut allergy, they will probably be sending out, emails, bulletins. Somebody will talk to you at pickup like, hey, dude, the new kid Stevie has a fucking peanut allergy. Make sure we're being really careful because we want to accommodate. Like, then I totally get that. But not just it's a nonsensical rule. It's just dumb. It's just dumb.
Yeah. Let's
Makes
just all
crazy.
Let's just all communally try and make our race just weaker.
Weaker. Absolutely. Well, that's true. That's how they got the peanut allergies in the first place. Because the parents stopped giving the kids stuff that induced, quote, allergies. We went through this shit already. Fucking makes me crazy. Resilience, kids. Resilience. Okay, next. Do we have another one?
Yeah, we have one last one.
I love these. Fuck, send these in, you guys.
Hi, I have a mom confession. So when my husband gets home from work every night at 5:30, I tell him, okay, like, this is my time. I have to go downstairs to poop. And he watches both my kids. I have 2 under 2. And I actually sneak out the back door and go and smoke a little bit of weed. And let me tell you, my life is great after that. So thanks. Just wanted to tell you about my mom confession.
Dude, that is the best thing I've ever heard. Congratulations. You've earned it. Especially it's the end of the day. You had all day with these kids. Mama needs something to get through the rest of the day.
Hell yeah.
You got to do something. I don't know how people are doing life sober. I don't know. It's too hard. Good for you. Thumbs up. Good for you. That's what my mother used to say. Thumbs up. Good for you. Thumbs up. Fucking weirdo. Did your parents say anything? Do they have any weird sayings, Nadav? You guys have Israeli. Thumbs up, good for you.
Let's see. I mean,
thumbs up.
I feel like I've said this on before, but instead of saying my ass, my mom would say my foot.
My foot. Yeah, that's a good.
My foot. It's like, did you clean your room? Yeah, my foot. You did.
My foot.
I saw it.
Yeah. My dad would say that one too. My foot. Yeah, my foot. Where the fuck did they get my foot?
I don't know, but it does sound very foreign.
I know.
It sounds foreign, and I've never heard like someone that's from America say it.
No.
Unless it's like censored like television.
My foot, you clean your room.
I think that means that they're threatening to kick your ass.
No. My foot is like my ass. And so, my ass, you did that.
I thought it's
bullshit.
like you point to their foot, they're like, my foot.
No.
It better be clean.
No, it's my foot is like bullshit. My foot, my ass, you did that. Fucking
yeah, I wonder like
foreigners.
what language that originally translated
My
from,
foot.
and then everyone's just like, this is good. We should do this.
I know, it's so funny what foreigners hear that they pick up. My mother can never get those sayings right. You know, like a bird in the hand, she'd never be like, 2 birds in your face is 5 in the bush. Like, okay. Like, if you're going to say it, learn it right. That's probably why I'm so stupid. I'd say shit wrong all the time. My parents said it wrong all the fucking time. You know what I want to do? Let's do some What Would Christina P Do? By the way, how's your week in eating? Are you still warming up your hot wings from the night before, or do you deserve fresh wings?
Look, you only deserve fresh wings one time, and that's when they come fresh. You know? Any other time, they're going to be cold. That's how that goes.
I know, it's so gross, right, Annie? Annie, what are you eating these days? You don't even eat. When you eat, what are you eating?
Whatever's hot on Postmates. I don't know. I don't really care. I eat for efficiency. I don't eat for taste. You know. So.
Now, do you have no taste buds from COVID, or are you just always like that?
No, yeah. I've always been like that. My dad told me I ate like a pussy when I was a kid. So ever since then, I just ate everything as quickly as possible. So that's what I look for in food. Is it quickly eatable?
How do you eat like a pussy?
Yeah, what is that exactly?
He said that I was the last one to finish at the table. He's like, your cousin finished like 30 minutes before you. Why are you eating like a pussy? I'm just like, fuck. I guess I do eat like a pussy. I'll just eat quicker.
Wow. 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 Like, we need an hour on just that statement. Man, you got to tell a therapist that one. That's some shit. You eat like a pussy.
Yeah, that's why now I eat like 5 cheeseburgers in a lunch period, and you guys are like, I only had 2. And that's why. I just eat it fast.
If I had to describe to anyone what you eat like, it'd be like, well, not a pussy.
Not a pussy.
Yeah, you're doing good.
He's a very masculine eater. Oh, you put your dick in that hamburger, Annie.
I'm making my dad proud.
Making him proud.
If only he saw me now.
Yeah. I'll show you, Dad. You fucking pussy. My foot pussy, yeah. My pussy. That's what I'm going to say instead of my foot. Yeah, you eat slow, my pussy.
Love that.
Yeah. So, okay, so he thought that slow eating meant that you were weaker, and therefore fast eating is more desirable for a boy. So that was his thinking. Yeah,
it's like anytime that there's any type of competition that can be taken from a situation, he's going to take it. And if I wasn't the winner, I was a pussy, or I was a girl back then, but I can't say that now.
Oh,
but back then he was like, you're eating like a girl, you're eating like a pussy. So it's any time I could win at something, I better win.
Oh boy.
Or I'm last.
Yeah, if you're not first, you're last. That's what Ricky Bobby's dad would say.
Yeah, my dad said that, but unironically and uncomically, it was just dead serious.
Interesting too, yes, because Ricky Bobby, that's funny. Talladega Nights is not far off from like my experience with my dad too. I think if you have an interesting dad, watch Talladega Nights, because you'll be like, oh, I get this. This is totally this makes sense. So he shamed you, and he would say you were a girl if you just did something that he perceived to be whatever inferior. So did he eat quickly?
Yeah. I mean, he was a monster. He's a bodybuilder, so he would eat things like it was a piece of candy. You know what I mean? Like he would eat a whole burger just like one bite. I mean, he was nuts. He was literally a monster. My mom had him in her phone as Monster for my whole life, and it was not for reasons that you think. It was because of stuff like that. He would do everything like, I mean, he could punch a hole in the wall without even trying. Like that dude was a literal monster.
Like
he was a tank.
He was big, and it's interesting. And what was his childhood like? Did someone call him a pussy and a girl? I'm guessing.
No, the reason why I imagine the reason why he became so competitive is because he had 8 brothers and sisters.
Oh wow!
So he had to fight for basically everything, I imagine. And I mean, I think he won most of the time. So he tried to instill that confidence in me. And to be fair, I mean, I really don't lose it too much. I do everything like 100% because of that. Yeah. But it also makes me eat stupidly fast. So it has its ups and downs.
It does. Like, isn't that interesting how you internalize such stuff as a kid that way? Like, to even today, you're a grown-ass man, you're an adult, and you still eat quickly because of something a crazy person said to you as a kid. And it just has this indelible mark.
Yeah, it's
wild.
I mean, there's so many things. I've like right now and my whole life, and honestly, I attribute some of my skinniness to this, and I bet scientifically it doesn't make sense, but I've never stopped flexing. Like a day in my life, I am always 100% of the day flexing my muscles. Just because he said that there was like a day that I took my shirt off or something, and he was just like, you need to get some muscles on that body, boy, or whatever he said. And so I just started flexing, and I've never stopped because of that. Like right now, I'm flexing my core as hard as I can.
I'm gonna do it too, right? Oh, that's a good bit. That's good. But you're in great shape.
Put those free flow pads on before.
You want some free pads? Yeah, let me help you.
You're gonna push that hard.
See, that's the problem with like shitty abusive parents, is that I was thinking about this with my kids, is my parents were just not, dialed into compassion or empathy. They had such hard lives themselves that they didn't have much to give, but that shitty parents can really motivate you. Like if your personality type is resilient, having an abusive parent can make you like, fuck you. I'm going to show you. I'm going to be the best. I'm going to be the strongest. I'm going to eat the fastest. I'm going to, be successful. Fuck you. And that's what it did to me. Like I was like, I'm going to show you, Mom and Dad, you're going to be proud of me. And like, that never works. But the upside is that, my life ended up being okay because I was motivated negatively that way. But there's a big price to pay for that motivation,
What types of things like that can you remember?
Oh,
that
my
your
parents?
Mom and Dad put in you where like to this day you still can't get it out of your head,
a million. My mother would criticize every ounce of me. I remember when I was singing when I was a little girl, like singing like 5 years old, like, oh, you should never sing. You have a terrible voice.
Oh my God.
I know. Crazy.
That's so terrible.
Savage. Like,
I know you got to let your vagina breathe.
You have to let your vagina breathe.
But
that was true. That's like truth. That's some really good advice, man. If you ain't letting your vagina breathe at night, get your life, because that's like number one. Number one rule as a woman. Don't wear your fucking panties to bed. What are you, crazy? Damn.
I agree.
Like, take your panties off. Give yourself a break. Give her a vacation.
See, but then when I say that I let my stuff breathe at night, you're like, ew, gross.
Well, that's because you sleep nude.
What the fuck are you describing?
Bro, I'm only saying I wear my pajamas at night and I don't wear underwear under my pajamas.
Oh.
Pyjama. That's how you say in Hungarian. Your pyjama.
Wait, but then you're smearing all that stuff on the inside of your PJ pants.
Fine with me. I fucking wash them. Then I put them in the laundry.
But is it really
I wear it
breathing
once.
then?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, where I just smear onto the sheets that I got to wash my sheets every night.
Yeah, but it's the sheets aren't closed though. You know that
Guys,
you're really breathing.
All signs point to wearing one of these to bed. I mean, what are we doing here? Is this the perfect ad? I think we've come full circle on how great these pads are. Okay. No. I treat my pajamas like underwear, I guess, then. So I wear them on like one and, clean that shit, bro.
Oh, one and done. All right. Then I'm on board with
I don't multiple. I would treat them like they're my night panties.
You don't do it back to back with them?
Oh, you are so nasty. What? But you rub your ass on your sheets every night, probably. You're not wiping properly. Are you even using a tushy? I doubt it.
I have a bidet. Don't talk to me I was raised on a fucking barn.
You have a tushy?
What's the brand that I have? Yeah, you
As
know
long as
what?
you have something.
Let's just say it's a tushy.
Okay.
I think it's called an ass tour.
But back to Annie. Let me tell you something, Annie. Part of growing up is realizing that your parents filled your head with a lot of untruths, especially if they were not very sensitive themselves or emotionally mature. There's going to be a lot of stuff in your life that you're like, what? Like, that's kind of what these Pajitsky effects are. A lot of these are just like neglect, like growing up not knowing, like, oh, I can turn the lights on when it gets dark. Like, that's because my parents didn't do that for themselves. And now I'm having to learn, like, oh, I can be nice to myself. I can be kind to myself. This is what it is, 100%. So there you go. There are many paths to finding your family story. Whichever way you choose, tracing your family generations back with a family tree or uncovering your ethnicity with Ancestry DNA, it's easy to get started with Ancestry. Ancestry DNA can reveal ethnic origins and provide historical details that bring unique family stories to life. Ancestry DNA doesn't just tell you which countries you're from, but also can pinpoint the specific regions within them, giving you insightful geographic details about your history. So unlike other services, this is like really, really specific, and you can learn all kinds of really interesting stuff about your family that you won't get with other services. Trace the paths of your recent ancestors and learn how and why your family moved from place to place around the world. No other DNA test delivers such a unique interactive experience. Start exploring your family story today. Head to my URL at ancestry.com/WMMA to get your Ancestry DNA kit and start your free trial. That's ancestry.com/WMMA. Okay, let's do some What Would Christina P Do? Please do. P's a do's.
You got mom questions? CP's got mom answers. What would Christina P do?
And let's do voicemail, Mommy.
Hi, Mommy. My name's Laura from Texas. I actually don't have kids, but I'm a big-time mom fan, and I try to always keep my jeans high and tight. Basically, I saw your Instagram post today and just wanted to send in a quick comment. I am 23 years old. I have a full-time job. I pay my own bills, independent mommy over here. My issue is that I do not want kids. My friends are getting pregnant, my family has kids, and everybody always tells me, oh, Laura, you just say that, but eventually you're going to want kids. I don't want them. The idea of a human growing inside of me physically makes me want to vomit. So why do these people keep insisting that I'm going to want kids? And why will people not just back off and respect my decision? Anytime I tell people I don't want kids, they constantly just try to argue with me about the decision like it's their vagina and not mine. I love this show. I especially love when Drew is on. Yeah. Piss on me, beat me, love my jeans.
Okay. What was her name again? I forget her name.
I don't remember.
I like her energy. Okay, you're 23. Let me put things in perspective for you. I'm going to tell you exactly why people say that shit to you. Put it this way. When I was 20 years old, I went to Australia and I did a reality show. And during the course of that reality show, we all thought it was a really good idea to get a group tattoo. We all got tattoos that day. When I was 21, in my brain, I thought that getting a dragon on my lower back was a really good idea, and then I would never, ever, ever grow up to not like that dragon. And then you turn 30 and you're like, I have a fucking retarded dragon on my lower back, and it looks like the Lowenbrow symbol, and it's green now, and it sucks. And like, what you think you want and know at 23 will be opposite day by the time you're 43. I'm not even close. I mean, I'm not the person I was 20 years ago. And I think that's really what people are like, hey, it's hard to make such a huge decision at such a young age, especially something like children. The reason being is that having children, for women especially, is a biological imperative. Like, I kind of wanted them, not really, not sure. And then I turned 35 and a switch flipped in me. Like, dude, it was uncontrollable. It was like fever. I was like, I gotta fucking make a baby. Like, I just knew it had to go down, and there was nothing I could do to stop that imperative. It is a biological imperative. So for you to go against a biological thing, a function, which, sorry to tell you, if you were born female and you've got ovaries and a uterus and breasts, you were meant to breed. That's what the fuck we do on this planet. We fuck, we fight, we make money, we die. Like, there's really not a lot more to, and then love every now and then and a good sandwich. Like, that's it. That's all we're doing. So for you to ignore that and to disregard it at such a young age, that's really what people say. And also, it's other people's anxieties and fears. How dare you not want the thing that you're supposed to want? In life, you're going to constantly be doing and fighting the current if you choose to fight the current. So just, if you choose to do some wacky, look, when I chose to become a stand-up comedian, everyone thought I was fucking insane. And that's it. So you're going against the grain. Expect to have the hate.
Right.
That's all you can do. Yeah.
And like, what you want, like you knew you wanted to be a comedian. So who cares what everyone else says, right?
Yeah. Who gives a shit? So come up with a snappy answer when somebody says, oh, you're going to want them. Then think of a funny response.
Or a gross one. That'll make people not ask you anymore.
100%.
You just get all yeasty,
Yeah. Or you'd be like, I like anal. I don't know. Can I make a butt baby or mouth baby?
Like, I love coming my ass too much.
Yeah, but then I have to stop butt fucking so hard. Yeah, like whatever it is, you're just tell them to shut the fuck up, Right? Gosh. Okay, let's do another voicemail.
Hi, Mommy. My name is Sandy. I am a huge fan of your mom's house and everything you do. I have two sons, one of which has a larger penis than the other, and the other might be a little bit smaller than I'm comfortable with. My friends think it's weird that I worry about my children's penis size.
No, you should.
But I'm just worried about what it's going to be like in his future. Will he get made fun of? I don't know. Is it weird for a mommy to worry about their kid's penis size? Love ya.
Yes, it is.
No.
Yeah, it is.
No.
Don't worry. Well, because there's nothing you could do. What are you doing?
Let me tell you why, my friend. You think you're never going to have to deal with your kid's penis until you have a son. And what's the first thing they ask you when that kid comes out of you? Do you want him to be circumcised or not? So believe it or not, as a parent, you're making decisions about your children's penises from the moment they're born. It's weird, but it's true. It's a fact of life, kid.
But what is being concerned with the size? What productive thing is that going to do? There's no surgeries you could get.
No.
For a kid with a small dick. I mean, what?
I think you can.
I don't think the science is there
We
yet.
talked about it on Dr. Drew After Dark. We've discussed this at great length on other podcasts. Here's what could be beneficial to, and 100%, you look, when you're changing diapers, the kids are naked all the time around you. You do go, I will say that I have on occasion looked at my son's nude and been like, oh, thank God. Like they're great. Their junk to body ratio looks fine. I think you're going to have a good life. Muzzle. Like thank God. Whew, like the balls are here. Everything's here. Good. So let's say, so it is a concerning thing for a mom to worry about that, only because, hey, if your child does have a freakishly small penis or whatever, guess what? You're going to have to, at some point, maybe deal with it. Maybe the kid will say something. So you want to be ready. What's wrong with that?
Oh, like if the kid asks you?
Yes.
Okay, sure. Yeah, be prepared for that, but definitely don't. But like, hey, listen, I just want to let you know, as your mother,
no,
I've seen a lot of D's, and yours has me worried. No. You know, that's not going to fix anything.
I don't think I'd hope that's not her intention. No, what I would do, for instance, if one of my sons, if I were in her position, I would go to my husband and say, hey, I noticed that, so-and-so's peener is smaller than the other guys. Just be on the lookout. Like one day that kid might say to you, hey, how come mine is so much smaller or whatever? And you're going to have a talk with him. That's it. If he brings it up. But yeah, nothing you can do. Nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Of course, you favor the son with the larger penis. And you give him more cookies and treats and you tell him that you love him more. It's obvious. Stupid. God. Right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The other one's not going to have a good life. Just kidding. There have to be women out there that prefer smaller penises, I'm sure. I've never met one, and I don't. Actually, that's not true. Nobody wants a small penis. I don't fucking know. What am I talking about? Okay. This one makes me. No, this one's out of my pay grade. Next. There are certain things I cannot answer, you guys. I'm not that smart. No. Okay, this one's good. Okay, here we go. I'm not currently a mom, but I might as well be. My boyfriend has been treating me like he does his mother lately, and I'm about to have a motherfucking brain aneurysm. To paint the picture, he loves to see his mom absolutely pissed off. Ever since I have known them together, he loves to push her buttons and see how far he can take it until she loses her absolute shit. I used to think she was just kind of a nut job because the things he would say or do weren't that bad. He was simply pushing buttons. Well, fast forward a few years and he is starting to do the same shit to me, Jeans. We regularly roast each other, but it has started to become one-sided and constant. I've always been able to bro down and shoot the shit with the guys, but holy balls. Now he ironically barks orders and roasts me multiple times a day just to set a fire under his own britches. I look nothing like his mom, and our personalities are totally different too. My sex drive has plummeted because of this. He also started head pushing, trying to get me to S his D, which makes me even more mad, and he knows it. I am a beach queen, but lately I have no interest whatsoever with his peener since he's been treating me like his mom. I actually want to elbow him in the mouth. I've been blowing up on him on the regular, and he laughs about it every time. I try to ignore him, but he doesn't give up until I lose my shit. I love to spend time with him, but holy fuck, what do I do here? Is there anything I can do? Do you really love to spend time with him? Doesn't sound like it's much of a treat. What do you guys think? Sounds like,
yeah.
What's going on?
This is either a get rid of him situation or do a hard check. Like, it's like there's no kids. They're not married, right?
No, they're girlfriend, boyfriend. That's nothing.
Yeah, fucking get rid of this guy.
Next, I agree. What do you think, Annie?
I think that more than likely she plays along with it. Like, she kind of gets into the fights, but like jokingly and, ha, 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 like whatever. Don't do that. Don't pretend like you think it's funny, because I'm that dude. I like talking shit too, but only there's boundaries, put me in my place when I've gone too far. If you don't do that and you don't elbow check him once in a while, then he'll keep going until you tell him to stop.
Mm-hmm.
So check him. Yeah, check your man.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, even just being like, hey, do you like fucking me? Like, just asking him that, you know? Because you're treating me like your mom, and I'm pretty sure you don't fuck her. So, like, what is this? What are we doing? You know, just put him on the spot. Just check him.
100%. You know what's so interesting that I've learned about men over the years is that they respect respect, and they respect hierarchy.
Yep.
You guys are we talked about this on your mom's house, was whatever last week. You respect fucking strength, and like a bitch who respects her own boundaries, you're going to respect her. And if she doesn't respect herself, you're definitely not going to respect her. So there's a great book called Why Men Love Bitches. It is, it's a horrible title, but I recommend this for any woman who is not married. Why Men Love Bitches, from Doormat to Dream Girl. It's a stupid title. It's a stupid cover. You're going to hate yourself for buying it. You're going to hate yourself for having this shit on your shelf or whatever. But I got to tell you, really good. So how she defines bitch is just a woman with self-respect. And it's going to teach you how to put down boundaries with men. And you have to do it early when you are dating. By the time you're married, it's a lot later. It's not too late, but it's like when you start a relationship, it's great to start it off on the right tone so that you're just maintaining the tone, right? It's a lot harder to get into shape once you're out of shape. It's a lot easier to maintain. So little things like this woman will say things like, you're not going to cook for a man until he's earned the fucking privilege of wife behavior, meaning like you're monogamous, he respects you, you respect him, blah, blah, blah. Shit like that. Like, don't answer his fucking 2 a.m. texts. What are you, crazy? Like, all this stuff. It's in that book. It's great. And it does sound like he's treating you like his mom because he can. Men do what they can. Most people do what they can. So I think Nadab's whole thing of like, hey, do you like fucking me? That's a huge motivation for men too, is sex. And once you're like, hey, dude, this is a fucking pussy dryer for me. Like, I shrivel up down there when this happens. You better believe that behavior will change right quick.
Nailed it, mommy.
It'll change so fast. Hey, dude, like, when you do this, it makes me not want to have sex with you. You will see the results. Okay, let's do one more. Do we have another voicemail? No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
That's right. Okay. Hold on. Let me see. Oh my God, guys, like I'm not that smart. You know what I mean? I'm not that smart. Okay, this one's kind of interesting. My wife and I have sex 4 to 6 times a year. We have 2 kids, 3 and 7. She doesn't hug or kiss me. There's no affection coming from her at all, ever. We sleep in the same bed but have separate blankets. We don't cuddle in bed or on the couch or anything ever. I gave up trying many years ago due to the constant rejection. I don't feel like a man. Our relationship is shit and I fucking hate it. We are literally babysitters / roommates. I've tried to talk to her about this many times, but nothing ever changes. I've told her that I want to have sex more, or at least want her to hug me or touch me more, and she'll say all you care about is sex. We've tried to schedule sex for Saturday nights. That happened once. Help. I'd rather not get divorced because of our kids. You know I'll be there in May, my queen above 18. Thanks, Ricky.
Oh, boy.
You tell me, guys.
Get into fucking couples therapy, homie.
Get the fuck out.
No, there's
bro.
kids.
There's kids. It's tougher.
Too bad.
No. Fix this. Like,
Fix it.
Like, you don't want to, if you can avoid divorce, avoid it, you know? But it's almost the same advice, except for you take off word. Instead of asking her, do you like fucking me? Ask her, do you like
being
fucking?
Married? Yeah. Well,
because if the answer is no, you know?
I mean, look, let's back it up, okay? So let's back it up. I just spilled water all over my face like a fucking monster. I look so stupid. I look like I just ate pork chops on the fucking... Okay, so let's back up. This is for all the kids, the people listening who don't have children yet and who are not married. I've told this to the boys in the booth off camera. I will tell you it now. Gentlemen, listen to me. Marry a woman who likes having sex with you, who really likes sex, okay? Marry the girl who will want you and desire you and is happy and fun and willing to put out. How she behaves before she gets married, right? Let's say. So marriage in and of itself without kids, I mean, yeah, it slows down the sex life a bit, but I don't think that's the real sex shrinker. It's when you have kids, and only because the woman is so taxed by, you're giving your fucking essence all day, every day to two little, how many beings you have. I'm going to throw up. And you don't, not really, I'm just kidding. She's just drained. Usually your energy or resources, you guys have 2 children, 3 and 7. It's a lot. It's a fucking lot. So you're just not as inclined to want to fuck a lot, but you still fuck when you have kids because you like fucking.
Right. Because, I mean, yeah, it's difficult, but being a parent is difficult.
It's all difficult. Life is hard.
And it's like, and if you don't have enough energy to like still be a partner, then it's like really what you got to tell them is something like,
the Redland skate park, pussy.
Put out.
You got to fucking do so. You want to get some shit, you got to do some shit.
Put out or get out, Cindy. Well, so Ricky's got a problem. His wife is a cold fish.
Right. You got to cook that fish up.
You got to cook the fish. So, fuck, I mean, you said that you've said this to her, that you need it. I don't think women comprehend the need that sex is for men. It is not a want. It is a fucking need.
Yeah. You need to get I think what she needs to hear is probably a third party saying it, because otherwise she's going to say like, oh, all you care about is sex. But she needs to hear someone that she doesn't know how their brain works to be like, nah, this isn't something you could just ignore. You got to fix this.
You got to fix it. Okay, so Ricky, have your wife listen to this part of the podcast. So let me explain this to the women listening. This is what I gather, and you guys in the booth can tell me if I'm wrong or not. But from what I've learned about working in Studio Jeans and 44 years of life is that males need to come. It doesn't make sense to women because we're like, what? Their peener is like the center of their fucking universe, and like pooping and eating, they need to make white. And I know it sounds crazy to us because we're like nurturers and lovers and we like care for people, and I don't know, it seems weird, but it has to happen. They have to make white to feel normal. Is that accurate? Is that accurate?
I think you're really close to it.
Okay, so what's that? Tell me what's the deal.
Like it's not that my universe doesn't revolve around me coming, but I'd say it's probably like a real big part.
It's a big part
of like motivations and inspirations and like getting out of bed. I mean it's a huge factor in doing things that you do.
All right, Annie, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean I think some people are more sexual than others. For me, yeah, it's a need to an extent that like I don't even necessarily could say that I want, like when I want it's just it has to be done. And there's like stages of anger that start to progress if I don't get it, and it's bad. It's all bad.
Yeah. I think I just maybe it's part of like this new feminism right now, or like where we're at in the society, that it's like you can't say this shit out loud because people are like, into patriarchy, men have been coming for years, why do they have to come anymore? It's like, it's not even about that. It's just like, do you want a happy marriage? Do you want to keep things going? Do you want your children to grow up in a home with 2 loving parents? Then this must happen. It must happen. And to the women listening, I know it's hard and you don't want to do it all the time, but like if you do it, your life is so much better. It's just easier. Like everything runs smoothly in the home. Your husband will do stuff for you without you asking. It's fucking great.
Happy spouse, happy house, right?
Yeah, just milk his D. All you have to do is touch that D, and like it'll just be better. So she's maybe not as sexual. A lot of times after women have children, your sexuality dies. It could be physical. Her vag could be messed up from birthing. Her body, has she gained weight? Is she depressed? Like all of the above. Maybe she needs to see a shrink. So sit down and have a real fucking, and it's not just like all you care about is sex. It's not that. Maybe it's a deeper conversation. What does she need from you?
Right. Maybe she needs affection without the implication of sex.
That too. So there's listen, sex is always the symptom. It's not the cause of in the breakdown in a relationship. That's why people ask you, are you having sex? Are you having sex? Because it's a great litmus for what's going on. If you guys are fucking, chances are everything else is going smooth. If you're not banging, chances are it's not. So you have to work on the other stuff in order to get to the sex. So you have to get to her heart before you can get to her vag. That's usually the case with women. So, I mean, try to wine her and dine her, man. Take her out to dinner. Take her somewhere nice. Get her away from the kids. If you can, get a hotel room for the night and get her nice and dressed up. Have a glass of wine and fuck. Make her feel like a human. She's with 2 kids probably all day. She doesn't want to do any of that. And say it's not just about sex. I want to be with you. I want to be intimate with you. And that's to men. I again, correct me if I'm wrong here. I sense that's how you get your validation and your connection is through sex. It's that woman saying, I want you inside of my body. I want you, like, it's acceptance from a woman. It means a lot to them, right?
Sure.
I mean, sense that.
It definitely makes your day.
Yeah. Like for a woman to give her vagina and her body to you is like, it's just a melding. So say that to her, it's not just the act of sex. It's wanting to be closer to her and to give each other, to make the marriage complete. So if you explain it that way, you might get a better response from her.
It's that love language thing too, where it's like, it's all about a trade of some kind. So whatever it could be, that like the wine and dine, it could be there's like acts of service, there's the what is it, the quality time. It could literally just be spending time with her, but yeah, there's probably something that she's not getting, and it's a simple trade, not voiced that way, but essentially what you're saying, where like if you touch the dude's dick, that he's gonna be doing all types of shit for you all around the house. It's because he's happier. He wants to. It's not like a trade thing. It just works out that way because you're happier.
Right. It's not a conscious thing. Like, it's just this unconscious dance that men and women, I think, do. But you're right. So the love language thing, if you don't know this, there's a book, like the 5 Love Languages. You can Google it now. It's everywhere. And find out what makes her tick in terms of, like, is it spending time with her? Quality time? Is it, first of all, you got to get away from the kids. That's definitely what it is. Get away from the kids, do something that's in her interest. And when she's happy, talk to her about your needs, right? But it is give and take. Very good. Very good, you guys. Good. This is a good team. I like this. We solved so many problems today, you guys. We covered cloth washable pads. We've met a girl named Gavin. We learned that chest milk is ridiculous. And that the dog still sleeps naked with his asshole on his
Hell
sheets.
Yeah.
Anyways, leave me a voicemail, 213-375-5184. Leave me an email, WhereMyMomsAt @gmail.com. I hope to see you when I come perform live in your city, ChristinaPOnline.com for ticket links. And until next time, stay cool, moms. Mwah! You're gorgeous. I love you. You're precious.
Where my mom's at? Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at? Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at?
Where My Mom's At podcast with Christina P.